Hello student, this is Miss D.M. Arvekar working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Zoology, Rajarshi Chhatrapati Shahu College, Kolhapur. And in this video, we are going to discuss about the concept of placenta and we will also focus a light on different types of a placenta. Now, the placenta is nothing but the main barrier through which the nutrient from the maternal side can be transported to the developing baby. So this is the characteristic feature of the eutherian mammal. And in case of a eutherian mammals, generally the development takes place inside the mother body. So near the uterus. And so the whatever the nutrients are required for the development of a young one, it is contributed from the maternal side. But this contribution from the maternal side is transported via the particular barrier which is called as a placenta, which is a special type of a connective tissue which is present between the maternal side and the embryonic side. So it will also prevent the direct mixing of the blood from the maternal side to the fetus. So this is in general the diagrammatic representation of the placenta which is observed in the mammal and as compared to the structure in case of a reptiles and the birds. If we consider the extra embryonic membrane, that is the layers which are present are surrounding the embryo in order to protect it. There are the four different types of membranes which are surrounding to the embryo. One is called as the amnion, which will surround around the embryo or the developing fetus, and it is also called as the artificial swimming tank of the embryo because this amnion consists of this amniotic fluid and due to which the embryo will be bathed upon. So it will this amniotic fluid will protect this embryo from the desiccation. Then another covering extra embryonic membrane which emerge out from the midgut region and which will surround the yolk which is present in that particular type of a egg. Then that membrane which surrounds the yolk is called as a yolk sac, which will carry the nutrient which is required for the development of this embryo. Apart from that, the hindgut region will arise this triangular shaped structure or the bag which is called as the allantois. And this allantois, the main function of the allantois is it will carry the excretory material from this developing fetus. And whole this membrane or this structure is incorporated into the outermost protective covering which is called as a chorion. So during if we consider these four types of a membranes in case of a eutherian mammal, then in mammal these structures are present but some of the structures are in the reduced form, and these structures are contributing to connect with the maternal side and it will carry the nutrient from the maternal side to the developing fetus. Now, if we consider the developing baby, from its midgut, it will arise one cord-like structure and which will connect to the maternal side. And this is the main barrier which is called as a placenta. Here we are observing this in the magnified manner. So it consists of the blood vessels which will carry the nutrients from the maternal side and it will be transported towards the developing baby via this junction. So this is the placenta, and this placenta is not having just the structure or the membranes which are involved from the maternal side. It is just a six layered covering which is contributed by the three layers from the baby side or the fetal side and the three membranes which are contributed from the maternal side, and the layered membrane or the six different types of tissues are present in order to form this placenta. Now, if we consider the types of a placenta, then the placenta can be divided into four different types. One type is depending upon the type of a fetal membranes which are involved. As the membranes we have studied up till now are allantois, amnion, chorion, and the yolk sac. So, which of these membranes are involved in the formation of a placenta? Then placenta can be divided into major that types only. Then again the placenta can be divided into the nature of a contact. Whether there is a strong connection between the fetus and the maternal side or there is a loose connection. Placenta can also be divided into the distribution of a villi, chorionic villi, which is present on the embryo. And the last and not least, the part of a type of a placenta is depending upon the histology. That is, how many types of a tissues are directly contributing in the development of a placenta. So one by one we can discuss. The first type is the type depending upon the type of fetal membrane which are involved. There are two different types of a placenta. One is yolk sac placenta, or also called as a yolk is also called as a vitelline. So it is also called as a choreo-vitelline placenta. The name itself indicates that out of these four different extra embryonic membrane, when there is a formation of a placenta, then during formation of a placenta, this chorion, which is outermost membrane, which will fuse with this yolk sac and it will form the finger-like projections and it will attach to the corrugations on the uterine wall and it will penetrate this structure to the maternal side. So here the chorion and vitelline both are contributing. So this type of a placenta is called as a choreo-vitelline placenta. In contrast, here this type of placenta is called as a choreo-allantois placenta. That is, in this structure or in this type of a placenta, the finger-like projections are formed by the fusion of allantois or the contribution from the allantois and the chorion. And these finger-like projections will be incorporated into the crypts or the corrugations which are formed on the uterine wall. So this is the major placenta, which is the connection of this fetus to the baby. And this structure or this type of a placenta is called as a choreo-allantois placenta because the membranes involved here are allantois and the chorion, and the membranes involved here are chorion and the vitelline membrane. So choreo-vitelline type of a placenta is present in the marsupial cat-like organism and choreo-allantois placenta are present in the all eutherian mammals. Now this choreo-allantois placenta can also present in the different fashion in different mammalian organism. So there is a next type, that is depending upon the distribution of a villi, the placenta can be divided into the different types. Generally, the chorionic villi which are present on surrounding the embryo. So depending upon that how that villi are distributed, then the placenta may be the diffuse or cotyledonary or zonary placenta or discoidal placenta. If we consider the diffuse type of a placenta, then that type of a placenta, you will observe the number of chorionic villi which are present around the embryo. If we observe the cotyledonary placenta, here the chorionic villi are present in the bunch form, in the group form or in the cotyledon form, and there is a smooth surface between the two different cotyledons. So this is called as a cotyledonary placenta. Generally, it is present in the sheep and the cow. Diffuse type of a placenta is present in the pig and the horse. In case of a zonary placenta, there is the girdle, the villi-like projections of the chorionic villi which are surrounding just in the form of a girdle. And that girdle may be in the there will be the one girdle or the two girdle depending upon the type of animal. So the zonary placenta is present in the dog, cat as well as in the elephant. In certain animals, this chorionic villi or this chorioallantic placenta is just present in the form of a disc. So this type of a placenta is called as a discoidal placenta. So depending upon the distribution of a villi, this type of a placenta can be divided into these particular types. Then if there is any loose contact or the intimate contact, depending upon that also we can divide the placenta into the deciduate and the indeciduate placenta. If we consider the indeciduate placenta, then at the time of a birth, chorion, which is the outermost covering, which will get peeled off from the uterine wall by pulling the villi out of the crypts, which looks similar as if we are removing our fingers from the out of a glove. So there is no any bleeding will be takes place. But if we consider the deciduate placenta, so there is a very strong relation or the strong connection between the maternal tissue and the fetal tissue. So during When the chorion get peeled off, at that time, here the chorionic villi are penetrated into the uterine wall in such a way that it will look similar to the roots of the trees which will penetrate inside the soil. So when, if there is uh, removal, or whenever there is a removal of that fetus from the maternal wall or the uterine wall, then there is a bleeding. So there is a very intimate contact of that fetus to the uterine wall. So these are the three different types we have discussed in this lecture. We have discussed about the function of a placenta, its structure. We have discussed just three types, that is the types based on the fetal membrane involved, that is yolk sac placenta or choreo-vitelline placenta, and as well as the choreo-allantois placenta. In case of a nature of a contact, the placenta can be the deciduate type of a placenta or indeciduate type of a placenta. In case of a distribution of a chorionic villi surrounding the embryo, that type of a placenta may be the diffuse one, zonary one, cotyledonary, or the discoidal, or the incomplete zonal type of a placenta. In next lecture, we will discuss about the type of a placenta depending upon the type of a depending upon the tissues which are involved, that is depending upon the histology. I hope that you have understand and enjoy this lecture. Thank you so much.